Hello, and welcome to Seeking Heaven, the Near-Death Experience and Other Phenomena. I'm your host, Tamara Calder Richardson, and today we have a really cute little short with Karen Kay from the UK, who is an author of, we have right here, and this is Messages from the Mermaids. She also has one with fairies, but today we are going to do a special card reading for you on this little short, and also to remind you to watch Thursday. We're doing there's a special episode with Karen Kay from the UK on on fairies, and then Friday is mermaids. Okay, so Thursday will be an episode on fairies and elementals and how to connect with the fairies, and then mermaids will be on Friday, and we're going to talk about that whole world and the mysteries of mermaids. But today I want to bring on Karen Kay. We're going to do a short little reading.
Hi,
Karen.
Hi, how are you?
It's good to see you.
Thank you.
So, I know we've got these beautiful cards here. So, could you pick a card for everybody watching and give me a message for?
I certainly can. And I have been tuning in. And so the card that came out for the collective is the future. And this is a lovely mermaid. And you can see she's holding her crystal ball, which is actually a pearl from an oyster, and she's looking into the future, and she's come in to tell us all that we are the co-creators, the manifestors of our future. So there are certain things that are predestined in our lives, but actually we have more power than we give ourselves credit for, because we're creating our future from this moment, from right now. So just a change of mindset, a change of attitude, just doing something different can set your future course in a whole different direction. And I've got the song from Doris Day, Que Sera, Sera. Whatever will be, the future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. That's very low, isn't it? Not my key.
That's good. That's good. I'm more alto. I can't do that, but that's beautiful.
So yeah, the future is something that we're co-creating. We are co-creating our destiny. So when we really fully embody that, we know that we can literally do anything, and the only limits are our own imaginations. So the possibilities are endless. So when we embrace that, we can literally do anything. The world is your oyster. The world is our oyster. Yay!
Yes, I'm gonna wear my pearls. I love pearls, so I can be reminded of that. But it's true, we are creating it, and so many people, and I talk to different people all the time, and my friends will say, well, this is going to happen and that's going to happen, and they're trying to predict the future. And what we should be looking at instead is we're creating the future. We decide. I can decide to disagree with, I don't like that scenario. That was kind of negative. Don't really want to do that. And decide a better future, more of a utopia future, and move forward in that way, because we are all here together and we're part of the collective. We're one big soul family. And just like any family, some members of the family you kind of clash and don't get along with, but underneath it all, you do care about them and you don't want anything to happen to them. And we want to make this a better world for all of us. So I think that's a perfect message, that you are in control. Don't release your power and let someone else decide your future. Come on now. You decide your future. And there's plenty of people that will agree with a future that you want to have, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I love that.
Okay, so do you want me to pull you a card? I've got your
cards here.
I've got your cards here, and they're so beautiful too, by the way. You've got to check out her cards. They're really beautiful. Really beautiful. Absolutely. Okay, let's see here. Okay, this one seemed to just shoot out. Okay, it's called Letting Go.
Ooh.
Okay, so this would be not only just for you, Karen, but it's for everybody, because that to me feels like a follow-up to what we were saying. In order to move to really create a new future, which means sometimes you really don't know what that's going to be, but just the thought of, I do want to have a better future, that you're putting that out there. Letting go, we just need to let go. I think not so much of, it can be spiritual things, emotional things. It could be people that we have karmic ties or energy ties that maybe they don't need to be there anymore. They're old patterns, but it could be simple. It could be that just our patterns of getting up in the morning, maybe we need to change what we do and focus on us first. or it could be like for example, I've been noticing there's a lot of things that surround me in my home that they don't fit who I am anymore. And
Mhm.
I've changed and I want things more airy and more open and letting things go in the home that because what happens is we have this old energy, like the old version of us, it pulls us back to our old energy and tells us we're that when
Yeah.
we're not that, we're anything we wanted to be. So I
Mhm.
think literally, letting go and spring cleaning too.
Yeah. I absolutely love that message, Tamara. And it's almost as if you're reading my mind, or you've been to my home and seen everything, all the clutter and all the things that I've literally this week in particular been thinking, I need to let that go. I need to let that go. I don't need that anymore. This isn't me anymore. This isn't who I am. And I have been really kind of craving that more open, airy space, um, just because it reflects our headspace as well, doesn't it? So I can fully take that message, as I'm sure many of the viewers watching now can take
Yeah,
that
I
message
can.
too.
I
Thank
can.
you.
Yes. Even like things I used to do in hobbies, I don't do that anymore. I moved on to other stuff. It's
Hmm.
okay because, the way you can look at it is that somebody else will appreciate whatever you have. And,
Yeah.
sometimes I'm just going to tell, you can't always get money for stuff. Or if the money you get is just, $20, it's maybe not a lot, but it's not the point. The point is releasing it. And
Yeah.
once you release to the universe, you're saying, I'm ready to move forward, then
Yeah.
the universe will supply you with something new in its place. So,
Yeah. Yeah. When we create this void, this space, the universe abhors a void. So it just wants to fill it with something that's more in harmony with who we are. And also you mentioned, just it doesn't matter if you get money for the things that you're letting go. You can also donate them to a charity store or a clothes bank or something like this. I don't know if you have them over there. We have them here
yes,
at the
yes.
big supermarkets, big
Mhm.
metal boxes that you can put old clothes in,
Yeah.
and they get redistributed. And you can also, I think there's something called upcycling. Have you heard of upcycling, where you've heard of recycling and vintage clothing and things like this, especially with clothes? You
Mhm.
can upcycle them, meaning that you might like the material of something, but you might not be wearing that style anymore. So you can just, if you're handy with sewing, or if you know someone, you can actually redesign it, upcycle it into something that is more suitable. In fact, I think I'll do that because I am a hoarder of sparkly fabrics and materials. I'm sure
Uh,
you've got some of
okay,
those
we
too.
I am exactly. I have the coolest clothes you've ever seen. I was looking today, a white shimmy fringe dress,
Whoa.
strapless with sequins on it, like fluorescent, like white, fluorescent kind of looking sequin.
Yeah.
I have great clothes, but I'm so I totally agree. I've turned things into purses, and I've done different things, and I've also used old jewelry and made them into new jewelry. So you can recycle.
Yeah.
Looking at it differently, I think is a great attitude. And then other times that you've just outgrown something, meaning
Exactly.
like, does this really reflect who I am? Whatever. And like
Exactly.
my suits, I used to have a closet full of suits. I don't, I'm like, I'm not wearing suits and a pantyhose anymore. I'm done with that. Mermaids don't wear pantyhose. They have tails. Hello, they don't do that.
I think I've got two really smart outfits that make me blend in as a human, in the
Oh,
human world, but they don't come out very often. But occasionally you need to kind of look like a human, don't you? And then,
like a proper person. I have enough that I could pull that off like silk tops and slacks. I have a couple if I needed to look like a proper person, but the full suits and all that, I'm not. I think I'm done with that. Well, can I
this,
get a reading?
yeah,
Yay!
the card just actually flew out, and I've got, well, let's not say flew out, it kind of swam out, and
Found
we've got the
out.
card of
Okay.
patience. Yay! And I can tell by your reaction, it's not like, so the reward of patience. Do you know what the reward of patience is, Tamra?
Mm, no, because I'm impatient.
Yeah, well, The reward of patience is, wait for it, it's patience. Yay. And you're thinking, really? And again, this isn't just for Tamra. If you're hearing it and it's resonating, even if you don't like the message, then take it on board and just see how it sits. Because, you know, sometimes we expect things to happen sooner. We want it yesterday. We want it now. We don't want to wait. And sometimes if you're planting a seed, you need to nurture that seed. You need to water it. You need to love it. You need to talk to it and let it grow in its own time, in its own season. There is a season for everything, and that includes us. And it is like because I know you're like me, you know, you get excited, you get all these ideas, and it's like, I want to manifest it right now. I don't want to wait. But when we wait, it just allows the divine, the universe, the higher energies to come in and infuse our ideas, or infuse whatever energy is there that needs to come about in its own time, in the divine timing, not our human timing. So it is about it comes back to your card as well, letting go, the card that you pulled for me, letting go of the expectations, letting go of the need to rush, and embodying patience. And as I said, the reward of patience is patience. There you go.
Okay. Well, I was kind of hoping you'd say that if you're patient, the reward is the whole rainbow and a pot of gold. That's kind of what I was hoping. But
that can come too. You can
and the
have
pot
that
of gold
too.
may not be really a pot of gold, but some kind of reward at the end of the patience. But you know, well, my trajectory of where I was going to go and what I was doing, I was doing these like stage shows in public, and I enjoyed that. And it was something I'm never going to do that. But this is taking a turn. You know, with this podcast, I'm doing different things, and then there's a whole new world opened up. And so I don't know exactly where it's going to go, but I did make a postulate years ago, and I never saw it manifesting. I never really worried about it, but I said, I have people all over the world that are my family that I truly love. And I can tell you that that is starting to happen.
Yeah.
And is that with every person? I mean, I do care about every person, but it is like a soul. It's like a network. It's like a soul network. It's now we're connected. I feel your presence, your heart. And I'm like, you're so beautiful. You're a wonderful person. And I would have never known that. See, that would have never been available to me. So I have to be patient. I know there's a process involved, and it'll all make sense in the end, or whatever the end is. So, and that's, I guess, with everyone else, because they've had to make adjustments and their life has changed, and they're probably like, where is this going? Some people have changed jobs. Some people, you know, their routine has changed, and they're like, where is all this going to go?
Yeah.
But this is the way that I look at it. God, the divine, whatever source, does whatever has happened that seems like uprooting has allowed to happen. And there is positive things that's come from that. I'm not talking about the negative, but the positive things that have come from that is we're really going deep within and finding who we are.
Yeah.
We're really asking serious questions, how we spend our time. And actually, I'm grateful because I was a hamster on a hamster wheel.
Yeah.
So
same for me. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And I'm really grateful that I was able to slow down, because then I feel like that I can savor every part of this life and enjoy it, and really look at it and look at people more carefully and more in an appreciative manner.
Yeah, I love that. And it's also about not taking things for granted that I think we did, you know, before all this craziness happened in the world. We would just be, like you say, on our hamster wheels, going on, doing all these things almost on autopilot. And then over the last couple of years, it's actually enabled us to stop, slow down, take a breath, take a pause, look at what really matters to us in our lives, what is important, who is important, and ultimately just see things in a kind of clearer way. So I agree, it has been positive. It hasn't always felt positive, but ultimately it is definitely positive.
Well, it's positive you being here. Everybody watch Karen Kay on Thursday with the mermaid. I mean, with fairies, and then Friday with mermaids. And she's awesome. And make sure that you get both of her cards, the one with the fairies and also the messages from the mermaids, which you can find that on Amazon. And also we'll have her information below. See you soon. Bye. Bye.